And we are live. So. What's happening? Good morning. I got one person on here. Who's on? Say what's up. Let me know in the comments who is on here this morning. And I thought we would have a fun show today in the fact that we'd make it more about you. We would make it more about you today. You can learn about my audience. So I thought that would be fun. Hey, Christian, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's go. It is Thursday, and we're going to get a workout in. And, you know, I've been a little bit guilty. I've been a little tad bit guilty because I've been paying attention to talking to you guys. And I have not been paying attention to my workouts much. So today, we're going to crush a workout. Today, we are going to crush a workout, and I'm going to get into it with you guys, basically to learn more about you and then to allow you to learn more about me. I thought that would be a cool show today. Most people don't know a lot about me or my background. You already been doing your workout. Oh, Streeper, morning, first time on here. Well, really cool. If it's your first time on here, my name's Patrick, and maybe a good show for you today because I come live to talk about physical fitness and financial fitness every morning from 6:30 to 8 a.m. while I'm in my garage gym. We call it the dungeon. And, you know, I like to work out and I want to get people motivated to get in better shape and all that, but I'm not a financial influencer. Not a financial influencer whatsoever. Not a fitness influencer whatsoever. You know, I don't have the story about I was in prison and I don't have full tats and, you know, all that good stuff. You know, I drive normal cars even though I have enough money to buy more awesome cars. I just don't like to waste my money. I've been a professional investor now since 2018. So I figured that I was doing my morning workouts, and I was doing my morning workouts for myself, 6:30 a.m., and I was listening to a bunch of content. So I've been studying for over 2 years every morning, right? Studying, listening to podcasts, listening to shows, listening to news, listening to everything to learn more about the world economy, cryptocurrency, and all that. So that's what I've been doing. I decided to flip it up like about a month ago or so. I said, you know what? Why don't, when I'm live in my morning workouts, why don't I go live and offer some value to people rather than soaking up other people's value? So that's where this all came about. And so I do my workout in the morning and I talk about physical fitness and financial fitness. Not much else, guys. I have a heck of a background in physical fitness. I have a heck of a background in athletics and things like that. So I know a lot about it and I have experience with it. And same with being able to quit my 9-to-5 job. Finally, after many, many years, quit my 9-to-5 job that I was working 40 or 50 hours a week at and went full-time into investing and learned how to raise other people's money and, you know, and buying notes. And now we're building apartments and things like that. So the way I've been able to change my life around and stuff like that, I just like to give value now. Instead of get value from others while I'm working out, I want to give value. So today, I really wanted to make it a little bit more personal. You know, some of you have been on here. Some of you, it's your first time. Some of you have heard me talk about what it is that I do, and you've heard me go down little lanes and paths of investment strategies and things like that that have really been, I think, some valuable information for a lot of people that are coming on this show. At least that's what they've been saying, you know? So it's working, and I know you guys are getting value out of it, but a lot of times because I don't have a huge presence on social media and I didn't never kind of go out there with the fact that I wanted to be popular. So I've never been big on like Instagram and all that stuff. Not so much. I've done a little bit and I've done some more of it lately, but it doesn't, you know, didn't excite me to be, you know, extraordinarily famous or popular on social media. So therefore I realized a lot of you guys don't even know me. And, you know, you don't know kind of my background or how I got here or, you know, why I'm doing all this. And so I figured you guys could ask some questions. Jesus loves you, that is for sure, right? Look at this. I got my "What Would Jesus Do" bracelet on right there, because oftentimes I don't make the best decisions in life, and so oftentimes I may say, you know what would Jesus do? And then I react that way. But you don't know me, you don't know me. Yeah, you don't know me. But, guys, I want it to be back and forth too because, I would love to be able to get to know my audience. So if you're just jumping on, today's show is to be able to get to know each other, right? So I do a live every morning, 6:30 to 8 a.m., talk about physical and financial fitness. So my whole goal is to help people get in better shape or the best shape they can be in their life, no matter how old you are, no matter where you're starting from. Let's get you in the best shape you can possibly be in. That's one thing, okay? But the other thing is, let's get in the best financial shape we can possibly be in. They kind of go together, right? So I'm always laughing when there's the person that goes to the gym consistently every day, spends 3, 4, 5 hours a day in the gym, is totally obsessed with their health. They eat right, they look great, their physique is great, but they're broke. They're always complaining about money. That's tough, right? And then adversely, the other way around. Okay, so people that are very well off, they have so much money, they're very financially, perfect. Everything's great. Their family's great. They drive nice cars. They have nice, but they're extraordinarily fat and unhealthy and out of shape. I don't think that they're two separate things. I think they go together. So that's why I want to do my show today, guys. That's kind of why I do this in the mornings. Today's show, I wanted to get a little bit more personal with my audience in the fact that you guys don't really know much about me because I'm not famous on social media. You don't see, my lifestyle outside of really my little garage gym here. And I also want to know more about you guys, right? So I know that Christian came in and said that he's a flatbed driver, a flatbed truck driver. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about what you do and what it is. Yeah, don't be famous. I really don't want to be. It's not my call. Did you just call me a fatty? No, I did not. But you can tell me, though, because I want to know about you guys in the comments. If you are a fatty, you can tell me if you are or not. And now I know that Christian said, what are your thoughts on the infinite banking concept? IBC stands for the infinite banking concept. We practice it in our family, and I really do believe it's probably one of the most creative ways to build wealth and pass wealth down on to future generations. If you look up the Rockefeller waterfall effect, you'll see what they're talking about here. But the infinite banking concept, guys, is where you fund cash value life insurance that protects your money forever and comes with death benefit. They allow you to borrow against the death benefit that you've purchased in those policies. You get to borrow against the death benefit for leverage. And you create your own family bank. And as it grows over time, you really can create a family bank, like literally where your kids and your grandkids won't ever have to go to a bank to do anything ever again. A bank to buy a car, a bank to buy a house, a bank to get a student loan, a bank. We go to banks often in our lives. And every time we borrow money from an outside institution, we pay interest. Interest is what interest is what lenders charge you. Interest is the profit lenders charge you to use their money. So every time we pay interest on any loans, guys, the interest is money from our family that goes to somebody else's family. Okay? When we pay interest on a loan, it's gone. That money leaves our family. So infinite banking concept is awesome. It's just not like an investment or a get-rich-quick thing or, it's not something like that. It's something that is a setup for a family banking system. So it doesn't excite people a lot because it doesn't have too many shinies on it. It's something that has shinies on it years from now. And it's something that we can build for our family tree to give our kids and grandkids a much better life than we ever had. But in the meantime, guys, it gives you a place to protect your principal. So if you have money, you can protect your principal and you can grow it at 4 to 6% per year with compounding. That's huge. If you know how compounding takes place over 20, 30 years, it's ridiculous. So you got compounding, 4 to 6% per year growth in that account. And then it's cash leverageable. It means that you can borrow against the future death benefit, not the money you put in there, but borrow against the future death benefit. So, yes, I do know about IBC, and I do love it. It's called the infinite banking concept, and we utilize it in our family. No tax on debt. Darn right. Big Grape fan says no tax on debt. That's smart. That's very smart. There's no tax on debt. That's how a lot of the millionaires and billionaires operate, because when they can use borrowed money for things, the borrowed money's not taxed. Profit is taxed. Capital gains is taxed. What's happening, Dexter? Thanks for showing me this live, buddy. Streeper1. What's up, Streeper1? So you know Dexter. Dexter's a good buddy of mine. I love Dexter. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. But let's just start off here, guys, because I really kind of wanted to get to know more about you guys, my audience, honestly. I wanted to connect a little deeper with my audience today in today's video. And I also wanted not to blab so much. I want you guys to participate a little bit more. I don't want to be the blabber today. I've realized that I'm actually taken away from my workouts because I'm talking to you guys so much, which is cool. But I might as well sit in my office then and do this in a nicer environment. If I'm going to be here in the dungeon, I need to get my workout in. So, IRAP 21, is this a prelude to a sales pitch? Nope. I do this every damn day. So, if I was on here Monday through Friday for an hour and a half offering value to people, and every single time it was just a sales pitch, probably wouldn't work out. So, no, it's not a prelude to a sales pitch. People will get to know me, IRAP, if you know that I have a coaching school where I teach people the paper side of real estate and how to buy mortgage notes, then you'll know that. I don't pitch it. People know I have a school. And if you want to learn what I do, you can come and I'll teach you. So we're my partner. So that's what we do for a business. But I also have a $250 million investment fund that I run called Everly May. It's named after my daughter. My daughter's name is Everly May. She now just turned 7 years old. Back in 2021, I started an investment fund and named it after my daughter, Everly May Capital Group. Can I read your palm for free? No, not right now. Maybe some other time. Are you a married happy old man? No. I'm a married happy young man. I ain't old man yet. Don't let the grays fool you. But I thought, guys, it would be really cool for me to get to know more about you guys, honestly. That's what I really wanted to try and see today. I don't know. It may not work out if you guys don't want to participate with it, but it would be cool for me to know where all of you guys are. Yes, $250 million investment fund. When you open a $250 million investment fund, it means you have the capability legally under SEC regulation to raise a total of $250 million. I saw you have some health issues. Nope, I'm in perfect health, except for my knee. I got a old knee that has 3 knee surgeries on it. But other than that, so you're from Florida. So yeah, tell me what you guys do right here, guys. Wow, I do due diligence for a hedge fund myself. Awesome. Due diligence is extraordinarily important. Let me know where you live. Where you're watching from, and you know what? I'm curious. What I was curious about is what you guys do for a living. There's so many great things that people do out there to make money. So many different jobs and so many different skills people have and things like that. We heard somebody was a flatbed truck driver on here. Matter Cook, I see, is from Pennsylvania. Beautiful. James, the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Garage installation and organizing. Yeah. I'm about to clean this garage up a little bit and organize it better. So we got garage installation, so garage door installation, that kind of thing. And I'm sure you maybe like the cabinetry, and the brackets that hold all your rakes and those kind of things. It's like a full custom garage. That's pretty cool. I used to be in the home remodeling business, and I remember custom garages was something that we were going to add on to that company I worked for, but never did. James is a ship captain? That's rad. What kind of ship? How big of a ship? What kind of ship are you captaining? Matter Cook, we got cleaning service at Seven Springs Mountain Resort. Okay. Southern California, nothing, now taking care of my 89-year-old mother. Okay, so you're in Southern California, taking care of 89-year-old mama. Well, bless your heart. I was taking care of my father when he was in like the hospice, right? My dad kind of spent his last few months, in a bed, and yeah, so blessings for you. I used to go by and do what my dad used to do for himself a lot. We obviously grow some gnarly beards, and we're hairy Italian guys. My dad didn't like to grow a beard. My dad really liked to be clean shaven, and he only would trust me to shave his face. He didn't trust any of those nurses and stuff. So yeah, I used to go by when my dad was passing. I'd go by and trim his toenails and give him a shave and all that stuff while he's laying in his bed there. Good for you for taking care of 89-year-old mama. Okay, they need it, and boy, are we going to need it. All of us, if we're lucky, are going to get to that kind of age where we need some help too. So, what goes around comes around. Got to help our elders. Teacher aide, you're a teacher's aide. Okay, cool. Let's see. Bucks County, Pennsylvania, 30 collision repair technician. Does that mean you have 30 shops? I don't know what the 30 means there. 30 collision repair technician. Oh, that maybe you're 30 years old. Okay. A repair technician. Arizona realtor. Oh, okay. Well, Arizona's cracking. My buddies live out in Arizona. I go out to Arizona quite often. Uh, yeah, real estate crushes out there. Hey, if you're an Arizona realtor and you have good connections and maybe you've built a good business out there, um, how close are you to Maricopa County, Bobby? Bobby Frapp says he's an Arizona realtor. I'm curious to see. Um, I'm curious to see. Thank you for condolences about my dad. Yep, we all die at some point. It's okay. My dad did live an old, full life. He was certainly in his 80s. SoCal Highway Maintenance Support, Roddy. Yes, let's go. I wish we would have nicer roads around where I live. Everything's got a pothole in it. And I'm going, where's our tax dollars going, man? All these roads are all jacked up. Flooring, wallboards, hooks, lighting, storage, shelves, cabinets. Beautiful. Boca Garage Company. So you're out in Florida? Is that Boca? So you do all the cool stuff for custom garages, Fleischer. That's awesome. Skilled workers are essential. Yes, they are. Used to race cars. That's badass. I sell weed. Hey, it's not selling weed ain't what it used to be, is it? Selling weed just ain't what it used to be. You got a dispensary on every damn corner, or at least here in San Diego, California. So, hooking up from the homie and getting, all that is kind of like getting lesser and lesser. California, there's a dispensary everywhere. You walk in and get whatever the hell you want. So change the game. Change the game. This is really good, guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we got Canada, we got Florida, we got folks that are flatbed truck drivers. We got this, we got that. What I was going to say about the Arizona, what I was saying about the Arizona realtor, you guys, to try to give some value here. Bobby, are you still on the Arizona realtor? Um, if you are an Arizona realtor, I could have like a cool side opportunity for you, actually. So if you're still on here, smack dab in the middle. Yeah, boy. So my buddies out there, my good friends that actually took me to the Masters golf tournament in Augusta, Georgia, um, which is a side story. But my buddies out there are near Maricopa County. They operate in and around Maricopa County, and they run one of the biggest mobile home flipping businesses out there. They're pretty big actually compared to most, and so they're going into these mobile home parks. And guys, I'm just having a talk with Bobby here because we're getting to know each other today. So if you're just coming on, let me know where you're at, where you're watching from, and what do you do for a living? We're kind of getting to know each other. And you guys are welcome to start asking a little bit more questions about my past too. If you want to know things about me, maybe that I don't expose here in the gym workouts, feel free and let me know, and I'll break down a little bit more about me so you can get to know me better. So it's a get to know you kind of thing, right? So, Bobby, I can link up with you, man. Go down in the description of this video. In the description of this video, there's a calendar link for a 15-minute call with me, and love to chat with you. If you're a realtor in Arizona, I might have a little bit of a side opportunity for you because my boys out there flip mobile homes in desirable mobile home parks, and they're doing mobile homes that are very nice, double and triple wides that are stationary in these 55 and up or all age mobile home parks in and around Maricopa County. They go and buy these old mobile homes, guys. They fix the shit out of them, and when I say I normally don't like to use that bad language, but when I say they fix the shit out of these mobile homes, dude, I went out there and I was like, God dang, man, we have a $1.4 million house in San Diego, California. You go into some of these mobile homes out there and they do so much nice remodeling. I was like, this thing's better than my house, man. I mean, brand new. They got the shit out of these things. So, they're putting in brand new kitchens, cabinets, floors, jacuzzi tubs, tearing boy, they go gnarly and they really do a good job. So what they do is they buy these mobile homes, they fix them up, and then they sell them via seller financing. And they create a mortgage note. They create it's not a mortgage, but they create a promissory note, right? And so they seller finance the refurbished mobile homes and they create a promissory note. That's why I've done business with them for a while, because I buy some of their promissory notes. You guys know I'm a note investor. So I buy some of their promissory notes. We become good friends in that, and I have really good connections with them. So they're always looking for good realtors to help them get these mobile homes sold as they flip them. And they sell them via seller financing. So, Bobby, if you know about seller financing, If you know about the seller of a property carrying back the loan for the buyer, that's what they do, and they go through proper Dodd-Frank underwriting processes and all those good things, and make sure that they're doing things properly for the borrowers. But so they're fixing up mobile homes in Maricopa, Arizona. They're remodeling them dope, and these aren't mobile homes, guys, that you attach to the back of the truck and bounce with. Bobby will tell you out there in Arizona, these things are permanent, man. They got 50-foot palm trees all around there. I do know about seller financing. Okay, rad, Bobby. So this could be a cool little opportunity. Make sure you get on my calendar. There's a calendar link down in the description of this video. Yeah, hop on my calendar, and I'd love to talk to you, maybe introduce you to the Arizona guys and see maybe if there's a fit, and you can have some side dough and some extra inventory to sell out there. So you do know about seller financing, so that's good. All right, guys. So, guys, if you're just coming on, we're just getting to know each other. My name's Patrick. I do physical and financial fitness live here in my garage because I want to motivate people to get physically and financially fit. And I run a $250 million investment fund. We buy mortgage notes across the United States, and we're building apartments from the ground up out in Florida. And I wanted this to be more of a personal Q&A session where not only could I get to know more about you, my audience, but also that you guys can ask me a little bit more personal questions and stuff. So I'm not coming with like a presentation on an investment category, or I'm not coming today with, some sort of a explanation of an investment or anything like that. You guys see I'm wearing my XRP shirt. Thought that might draw up some sort of questions. But if you're coming on, guys, I'm curious about you, really. I want to know where you're watching this from, and I want to know what it is that you do for a living. And we can go there. We've got flatbed truck drivers on here. We've got custom garage installation specialists on here. Flooring installers selling weed. We got weed dealers on here. We got cleaning services. This is beautiful stuff, guys. So just to get to know you a little bit better. And if you guys have questions more so about not what I invest in, I thought this could be a more personal call today with you guys. It's not more so what I invest in. What's up, NJ? NJ will probably maybe have some questions for me. NJ, we're getting a little bit more personal today, I thought. I thought it'd be good for people to know a little bit more about me and for me to know a little bit more about my audience. So what we're doing is just having people say where they're at, what do you do for a living? Maybe we could start with, what do you invest in? Could you get started in notes with 20K? Yes, you can. Streeper said, can I get started in notes? Christian, never invested before, but I caught your replay about cash flow for a car. So I have 2 cars, $700 a month payment. So how much do I need to invest to make that minimum? I'm from San Diego, hotshot. I live in San Diego, California. I was born and raised out in San Diego. My father came to work in San Diego from St. Louis, Missouri to San Diego, 1964, to work at San Diego State University. So I was a lucky one to just be born and raised out here in San Diego, not a transplant. Thanks for asking that, though, guys. So I live in San Diego, California. And yes, Streeper, you can get started in notes with 20K. Yes, you can. Christian, never invested in notes before, but caught your replay about cash flow for a car. So I have 2 cars, about $700 a month. So let me explain that to you, Christian. When I talk about cash flow for a car, okay, the whole point of that was people that go and buy a car in cash. That was kind of what I was helping to educate people on. So I was saying if somebody had $50,000 cash and then they were going to go and buy a car cash, that was the analogy I was making. So if somebody's going to go and buy a car in cash because they're sitting on a lump sum of cash and they're just going to take that cash to go buy a car, I was saying I don't recommend doing that. That doesn't hold any financial intelligence behind it whatsoever, because we know that cars are the worst investments. Yes, that is, I guess I can say Hummel Performance. Yeah, I'll just say Hummel. Yeah, Hummel, that is an AMG. That is the CLS 550 in the background. It's a car that I always used to love when I was younger and I didn't have much money at all or anything like that. And I used to love that car because in San Diego, the Major League Baseball players and the NFL players and all the people who I, back in those days, thought were the wealthies of the world, I used to see them driving around in San Diego all the time in that car. So it's spacious. It fits all my stuff. It's fast. It's squatty. It looks cool. I love it. I want the CLS 63. Yes, the CLX 63 is a badass ride for sure. I like Mercedes-Benz, guys. They're made really well. They're made well, right? And I've had the Chevys. Of course, I've had the Chevys and the Hondas and the, what else did I have? The Hyundais. I had all that. And unfortunately, I think, yeah, it's Thursday, isn't it? Oh no. My gardeners are about to start up. Let me close this. It's going to be loud for a while. Hopefully my sound cancellation on the mic handles it for you guys. So if you're just coming on, guys, we got like 31 people on here. It's good to know where you're watching from. An Audi girl here. Let's go. I like Audis too. Those are nice cars. I like Mercedes. They're just built well. They're built well. When you take care of them, they really last. So where are you from? Where are you watching from? And what do you do for a living? I'm kind of curious. People have been throwing down that they're flatbed truck drivers, custom garage installers. Oh, Hummel, you're in Encinitas. Dude, you're a local. You're right here, man. That's cool. I'm in Rancho Bernardo. We're super close. 2020 Civic Si 6-speed. Boom. I used to have the coolest car, one of the coolest cars I had. And of course, as you grow older and mature, maybe we'd think nowadays it's not the coolest car, but I thought it was pretty cool. But I had a 19, God, what was that car? I had a 1987. I had a 1987. I don't know. Do you guys remember when rice burners and, I don't know, in San Diego it was popular back then, but Seattle, dope. How's the weather in Seattle right now? Do you guys remember when rice rockets were a cool thing? Do you guys remember like the Hondas, the little cheap Hondas and the 4-cylinders and the Civics and all that were, that people were all customizing and racing out? Do you remember that with like the Momo steering wheel and all that junk? Counterlink won't load. I'm on my phone though. Probably maybe after you hop off this, after you hop off this live, you can go back to one of my old lives. I just work for my tribe, NJ. Well, what the hell do you do though? What do you do for work? I work for my tribe, doesn't tell me much. A bit cold and overcast, sounds like Seattle. Jacksonville, Florida, retired electrician. Hey, Kevin Kirby said he's in Jacksonville, retired technician. Do you know where Palm Bay, Florida is, Kevin? Not Palm Beach, but do you know where Palm Bay is in Brevard County, since you're in Jacksonville? Yeah, so if you know about Florida, because Kevin Kirby is in Jacksonville, do you know where okay, so cool. Yeah, you do know where Palm Bay is, right, in Brevard County? In the city of Palm Bay is where we're building our apartments right now. So we're building a 32-unit apartment there. You can go drive by and take a look at it. I know you're not close to Palm Bay, I don't think. But you can go drive by and look at it. So we have a 32-unit apartment building out in Palm Bay that's like 75% of the way built. We're just doing the last mile now, which is to finish off the interior, put the kitchen cabinets in and the flooring and that kind of stuff. But we have a 32-unit apartment building that we're right in the middle of building out there in Palm Bay. And we have another property about 2 miles down the road that we bought and entitled, and that is going to have a 48-unit property on it. Good morning. Pancho says good morning. He's from Deming, New Mexico. He's a railroader. That's pretty cool. Slot tech at the casino. Yes. Yeah, so sorry, I'll get back to that. So Jacob, I'll get back to that. Sorry, I got off track reading some questions and comments. But what I was talking about when buying a car is I was giving the analogy of either buying the car in cash, which is a really bad idea, or taking that cash and investing in an asset that can actually help to pay for the car or actually pay for the car, depending on how you put those numbers together. Because what happens, guys, is if you go buy a car for 50 grand, you have an investment that every mile you drive it dilapidates in value. It loses value, and it also requires a bunch of maintenance, right? We have to do oil changes, pay for car insurance, tires, maintenance, brakes, all those kind of things. So a car is a really bad investment. A car is a complete liability. So the lesson I was teaching there with, instead of buying a car cash, utilizing that cash to buy an asset that produces cash flow. The cash flow could pay for the liability. The reason is, guys, because I buy notes that have 20, 25, and 30 years left on them. That means when I buy a mortgage note, I'm going to be getting paid passive cash flow monthly for 15, 20, 25, 30 years, depending on the note term that I buy. But it's a lot of years of passive cash flow, right? The normal auto loan is like 5 to 6 years. Sorry if it gets noisy here. My gardeners are out there. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the sound cancellation work pretty good with this mic? Because they're blowing, my gardeners are blowing stuff right outside my garage door right now. It's loud. Yeah, it's 3 hours from Jacksonville to Palm Bay. They have like a train though and stuff like that. They have some interesting ways to get up and down Florida. When I was out there, it was pretty cool. NJ, your message got retracted for some reason. I don't know why I wouldn't let you say what you said, NJ, but your message got retracted or held back for some reason. You can't believe you saw a white guy on here. Well, I'm not white, man. So I wouldn't believe it either. What nationality do you think I am? I ain't white and I ain't Irish. You see how I have like an olive skin? I'm a little tan. What nationality do you think I am? I'm not what would be considered white. But, you know, it was funny. We were talking about with my nationality. No one even knows how to categorize me anymore. Cuban, no. Cuban, no. I'm too hairy to be Cuban. I have too much of thick hair, not only on my body, but on my beard and such, right? Black? Nah, come on, Dexter. Is Dexter trying to be funny this morning? You know I ain't black. Orange? Yep, that could be more like it. Native American? Yeah, there you go. Oh, you got 3 casinos here in Wind River. Not really a big major job, but it helps. All right, on. So, guys, I'm Italian. People don't even know how to classify us anymore. What are we? We're just tan people, but we're not considered brown people. Interesting, right? I'm sandpaper tan. There you go. No, I'm Italian, guys. So people don't even know how to categorize Italians anymore. We're brown people, but we're not considered brown people. That's so funny. So, guys, but I do want to get to know you guys more. And, guys, you guys can get to know me more, right? And that's what today's show was for. That's why I'm not coming with some sort of a talk on finances or investments or anything like that. No, so Hummel is saying, do I work out at local gyms or just in the garage? Well, I just work out in my garage, man. I built this little, I actually have a video, I think. I have a video on my YouTube that breaks all this down, but I don't like going to the gym much. I built this little Makolo system here on the wall. It's very small. It's just got all the pulleys and squat racks and things like that. Super inexpensive, super small, doesn't take up a lot of space. Then I have these little teeny folding benches. This little folding bench. And I have some power block dumbbells. They adjust. And then Olympic bar and some plates and things like that. So I have a very small area. It's in my garage here at the crib. I don't like to hop in the car, pack a gym bag, go be social, meet up with people, share equipment. I don't like doing all that. Plus, I figure it's 15 minutes to drive to the gym and 15 minutes back. That's 30 minutes. I could have just been giving value to you guys and working out here. So I like to do it in my garage. I like to be alone and just get it knocked out in the mornings and then go start my day. The gym's only good for buying juice. That's so funny. Yeah, it is a cool setup. I appreciate that. Ride and Rail says it's a cool setup. It is a cool setup. It's not expensive and it works. It's smart. It's efficient. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you guys. No, it's way cool, man. And you know, guys, I honestly, I have two kids. One of them is 7 years old, and my other child is coming up on 2 years old. So you never know when the 2-year-old's going to wake up and how hectic the household's going to be in the mornings and stuff like that. So I like to be right here on call too. So somebody can open my garage door here any minute and go, Dad, we got a problem. And I don't want to be 15 minutes away at the gym in the mornings here at my house because it gets hectic. Yeah, thank you for being smart and efficient. Us Italians, okay, cool. So let's see, I can't even. Baffo Lantern? Okay, I was trying to read that name. Baffo Lantern says, yes, us Italians are Mediterranean. Yeah, we are. And it's funny, guys, right? Italian skin is interesting, okay? So Italian skin like I have is interesting. In the winter, if I really don't go out in the sun and there's been like a month where it's cloudy, rainy, foggy, and all that, I do turn a little bit more white for sure. When I go out in the sun and I'm surfing and doing things out in the sun throughout most of the summertime here in San Diego, I get dark. People do think I look like a brown person for sure. So yeah, interesting skin. We tan very well. We don't sunburn very much. Even though our skin is lighter tone, we don't get nasty sunburns. I tan very, very quickly. So it's funny, people don't know how to classify Italians. I think that's a funny joke, but it's kind of true, right? People don't know how to classify Italians anymore. Italians were persecuted against. Italians felt a lot of racism against them. And the Italians have been through a lot, but no one talks about Italians. We're forgotten about, kind of. It's kind of funny. I look Mexican. Okay. Let's lift some weights, way. That's funny though, yeah? I am Italian, but I don't speak Italian. If I live in San Diego, California, besides English, what language would I want to know how to speak? Would it help me much in San Diego, California to be speaking Italian? What language would I want to speak besides English if I lived in San Diego, California? You tell me. But guys, tell me what you do for a living. I'm curious. I want to get to know a little bit more about you guys. What do you do for a living? Some people are flatbed truck drivers. Some people are custom garage installers. You guys know I'm a professional full-time investor. My dog speaks Spanish. I wonder, that was a funny question somebody asked me too. They said, do you think that the dogs down in Mexico bark in Spanish? That was kind of funny. Tell me a little bit about your goals, guys. What do you feel like you want to do financially? Right? This is kind of open forum, guys, and I know I'm not leading the conversation well, so some of you are sitting there going, I don't know what to ask this guy. But you guys can ask me anything, really. I mean, as long as we keep it clean. If it's anything fitness or finance related, if you want to ask me about my past, things I've done in my life, how I've got myself into this position to be financially free finally, to be able to quit my 9-to-5 job, how I learned this, who my mentor was, what sports I played, anything, guys. I just wanted to get more personal today in today's video. That's why. And I also want to know more about you guys. I'm interested in people. I'm interested in people that hop on my lives, right? I appreciate you guys hopping on here. And if I can offer some value most days of the week and give you guys some nuggets and help motivate you, that drives me. I appreciate helping people. So you guys chime up in the chat. Let me know what we want to talk about. If you guys are curious about my past or have questions about me, great. I know I have questions about you guys. And first, I just like to know where you guys are watching from, what you guys are doing for a living. What are your financial goals? Oops, someone's message got held. Let's see. Yeah, so Joe, it's not going to let you comment that kind of stuff, man. Oh, someone asked what my hobbies were? I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Was I trying to do some... Oh, I'm sorry, Steeper. I didn't see that, brother. I was probably just starting to do my little shoulder presses here. What are my hobbies? Trying to stay sober and build 20-inch arms, bro. There you have it. Boom. Yes, I got sober a while back, and I don't think I'll ever build 20-inch arms. I'm not that big of a fella. But I'll build some better arms, better than they are today, right? And staying sober is a really cool thing. Tough to do. Really tough to do. So Streeper's asking good questions. So let me address Streeper's questions first. My hobbies. My hobbies are, one, obviously you see I like to exercise. So I got back into lifting weights and stuff and built a little garage gym. So every morning I do this. And I like to try to get myself in better shape because I was going down the wrong path. I certainly was not sober. I certainly liked alcohol quite a bit. And so one of my hobbies is trying to get in better shape now. I'm having fun with that. And Bethany says, golf, 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 and more golf. This is true. This is true. That's so funny. So I play a lot of golf, guys. Yeah, I belong to a country club out here in San Diego, so I have a membership at a country club. Makes things pretty convenient. I try to hop out and play golf as much as possible. So golf is kind of my biggest sporting hobby now, but you guys have seen I have some surfboards up here, so I've been surfing ever since I was a young teenager. Surfing is fun. I love fishing. I love flying kites. I love riding bikes. I played 23 sports competitively in my life, so sports and all that was always my hobby. I was never into business. I was always into sports. So yeah, but right now I play a lot of golf. I seem like a great man, and congrats on my sobriety. Thank you. Thank you. Not easy, man. You know? Yeah. Alcohol is very widely advertised and it's very accepted in society, right? And it's one of the most damaging things we can do to our body. It's wild. So I'm just kind of trying to break out of the normal brainwash thought process that we're all in. And so I don't eat fast food anymore. I haven't been to a fast food joint in years now. I mean, I just don't go to a Jack in the Box or a Taco Bell or a McDonald's or nothing like that. So I don't eat fast food. I don't drink alcohol anymore. And it is, man. Ryan said, alcohol is one of the most addictive drugs in the world, and it's very accessible. Absolutely. Absolutely. So sobriety is very difficult, man. It's like everywhere you go, everybody's drinking, right? But once you make a mental commitment that alcohol is poison, like I said yesterday in my video, it's kind of funny the way your brain, the way your mindset is everything, right? So for a long time, of course, nothing's wrong with alcohol. Everybody's drinking it, and I'm sure drinking it, and I'm drinking a shitload of it. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong, anyone? Your messages. Oh, how are you? I'm sorry. Hello, how are you, anyone? I'm sorry, man. I was getting going. I didn't see you. Don't be sad. You know I love you, anyone. But yeah, the sobriety is a big thing. It's hard to do. And then, having hobbies to keep you moving is something that we all need to do because a lot of us are getting caught right on the sofa, watching Netflix or on the sofa, playing Call of Duty and that. Hey, David, what is this about? Well, I do physical and financial fitness here in the garage in the mornings, Monday through Friday. And I usually help people with physical fitness tips and financial tips, investing tips, because I'm a professional investor. But today, we're doing a little bit of a different show because I wanted to get a little bit more intimate with my audience. And I wanted my audience to be able to get a little bit more intimate with me, or at least know more about me, who I am, my background, and be able to ask open questions, not really fitness or finance related like we normally do. Yeah, one day at a time, man. One day at a time. And guys, I'm not like, I'm not some devout person that will never have a drink of alcohol ever again in my entire life. Not really it. But I just don't drink anymore. And what I was talking about with mindset is I told somebody yesterday, just equally as much as I don't want to drink alcohol right now, if somebody said, hey, you want a beer? To me, it's kind of like somebody saying, hey, do you want a glass of gasoline? Of course, if somebody offered you a gas of gasoline, you'd be like, get that out of my face, man. I'm not drinking that shit. What are you, crazy? So anyways, try to get my mindset to believe that alcohol is that bad, which really it is. Alcohol is an astringent. It's bad for your body, man. Feels good to be buzzed, though. Ryan started doing jiu-jitsu. Really limited a lot of my alcohol to a couple drinks on the weekends, yes. And I recommend it for everybody. What a great sport. Absolutely, man. Jiu-jitsu is great, not only just for physical fitness, activity, discipline, all those good things, but also it makes you badass. You don't want to mess with people that know good jiu-jitsu. They'll just wrap you up and choke you out real quick before you can throw a punch, right? Sobriety is hard. In Kentucky, and he's in Kentucky being the home of bourbon. Yeah, right. We can talk about sobriety. This was open forum today. I wanted to get like more intimate with my audience. That's all, David. So most people just see me lifting weights in here, and I talk about investing strategy quite often. So people are seeing me lift weights and that, and they're coming on here. And usually I'm talking about investment strategy. So it sparks up questions about the investing strategy I'm speaking about, because I'm trying to offer value to people so they can change their lives physically and financially. But today it just came to where it's, Today is just getting personal, so people can kind of ask open forum questions about my past, and I kind of want to know about my audience members. And so, yeah, David tried sobriety, didn't work, relapsed. Except this time, I quit on my own, and I told myself I'm not gonna say I'm sober. I'm just gonna say I don't want to drink. Period. Remember, it's a choice. Absolutely, brother. Good for you. How much can you bench, bro? Well, right now, I don't go for max bench. I'm 46 years old, and about a year and a half ago now, like a year and a half ago, I tore my labrum really bad in my right shoulder. And so just doing heavy and trying to max out to see exactly how much I can put up, I don't do that anymore. But I'll give you an idea. When I weighed 121 pounds back in the old days, right? But when I weighed 121 pounds, I won a weightlifting competition for benching 255. So if that tells you how strong I used to be, I weighed 121 pounds and I benched 255. I got a patch and a trophy to prove it. So anyways, no way, 46? Yeah, 46. You can see the gray in the beard. That's what gives it away. If I shave my beard off, I certainly do look like 30. But I appreciate that, man. If somebody's saying like, dude, you look 30, that's awesome. No, I'm 46 years old. I was born in 1979 here in San Diego, California. Grew up in a really athletic family. My father was the head director of the Aztec gymnastics program at San Diego State University. My mother was the head gymnastics coach. My father also taught as a professor at the university, and my father taught musculoskeletal physiology, the way the muscles and bones work. So when I grew up, when I was born, guys, I was born into an extremely high-level athletic family. So my whole upbringing was just sports, athletics, and that kind of thing. And I started off, of course, with gymnastics because my mother and father ran a gymnastics facility when I was born. So it all started there. Go-getters? Yeah, my family wasn't much go-getters when it came to much else, though. See, that's the thing. That's why I changed my mindset a little bit. See, my father really never invested into anything. My father never really bought any stocks. My dad never bought any properties or rental houses. So my dad wasn't much of an investor at all. My dad was busy working every day at the university and didn't pay much attention to other things. So that's kind of the way I look at this, guys, is, how can we do things better financially for ourselves and our families? Ooh, that's burning today. How can we set people up better in our families? How can we be smart with our money and have some financial intelligence, not just physical prowess? I wore tights? No, I didn't wear tights. Now, where it comes into play, though, that gets really, really sketchy is wrestling. Right, Dexter? You know what a wrestling singlet is, don't you? Wrestling singlet might be worse than wearing tights, honestly. And yes, I used to wear wrestling singlets. It's a man leotard with short shorts. Sharon, Australia, you look strong. Thank you. About 2 years ago, I did not. I'll have to probably bring up on one of these things my before and after picture so you guys can see the transformation. But I appreciate that. If I look strong, because 2 years ago I did not. 2 years ago, my muscles had dwindled. I was starting to look like that old man. I had the dad bod. My beer belly was huge. So I had a big old beer belly. My muscles had dwindled away. I looked like shit. And I felt like shit. So I decided to change it up. Quit drinking the alcohol. Started eating healthy, drinking clean water, getting better sleep, and then working out 5 days a week. And I went on this journey just under 2 years ago and completely transformed my physical fitness. Changed my health, changed my energy, changed my physique. Now when I do take my shirt off or when I'm around people, they go, damn, dude, you looking good. You lift. What steroids are you on? And all that shit. And 2 years ago, people would have said, how much beer does this guy drink? You know what I mean? How long did it take me to get out of the 9 to 5? About 3 years. Who did you turn to when you started investing? Streeper, I found a mentor that had been in real estate investing for 40 years, who had switched their attention to mortgage notes in 2013. And I got with a mentor, and I studied hard for about 6 to 8 months under this mentor to even get my bearings about me before I started going. I bought my very first note in February of 2019. You know what? I don't think so, man. I think probably I have 15-inch arms right now, guys. I could measure them and stuff like that. I don't have a measuring tape, but I think right now I have about 15-inch arms. So to add 5 inches, I mean, I have nice muscles and my arms are not small, but to go another 5 inches in diameter on my arms, guys, I'm only 5'7" and I weigh I'm 5'7" and I weigh 165 pounds. I'm not a big dude. So to get 20-inch arms on me, boy, that would be a feat. Also, it'd kind of probably look funny on me, to be honest with you. I'd look like one of those guys that, and I don't want to be that person. I'm doing this for mobility and athletics. Remember, I really, really like golf. So my goal is not to get into a bodybuilder physique where I'm all tight and I can't swing because I like golf too much. I tried investing, but I just don't understand it. Ended up buying some Bitcoin, Tesla, etc., but honestly don't know why I did it. So David, that's an interesting commonality that people have, right? Warren Buffett said you should never invest into anything unless you understand it. Warren Buffett's pretty smart about investing. And of course that seems pretty much like common knowledge, but most people don't. Most people are investing because somebody else told them to. Most people are investing because it's the cool thing to do. They saw their friends doing it, so they bought some of this or they bought some of that. And definitely not the way to invest. If you're going to invest into something like Bitcoin, one of the best things you could possibly do is spend lots and lots of time. And I mean as much time as you need. It may take a week, it may take a month, it may take 6 months. But study Bitcoin so that you totally understand Bitcoin. And then decide if you want to invest your money into that because you have conviction about it, right? I don't invest much in Bitcoin. I have heavy holdings in XRP, hence my t-shirt here. But I have heavy holdings in XRP because I have conviction about it and I have studied it and I know what it is and I know what it's going to do for the banking system and all that stuff. So it's a long-term vision and getting ahead of what's the next new big thing. It'd be like if you could have bought Amazon, if you could have bought Amazon stock when Amazon was Jeff Bezos sitting in his garage like this at a desk selling books online, and you would have bought Amazon stock back then, knowing that Amazon would become what it is today, you'd be in pretty damn good shape, and it wouldn't have taken a lot of money to get wealthy there. So I'm trying to invest in things that'll become the part of the new financial infrastructure. If we know the financial system is changing, fiat currency's dead, the current banking system where it takes weeks and weeks and weeks to transfer $100,000 from San Diego, California to my relatives in Italy or whatever, right? The fees that it gets ripped out of that money, the time it takes, the bank's hands it has to pass through. Our old way of transferring money around and stuff, guys, is dead. So at least for my high-risk speculative investments, which is a category of your investments you should have, right? But for my high-risk speculative investments that have the ability to make life-changing money, speculatively, with no guarantee, I invest heavily in XRP. I believe XRP is going to be the bridge currency that will transfer money all around the world in the new banking system. So I'm betting on that. But I have conviction about it. You see, guys, like no one can FOMO me in or out of it. No one can FUD me and say, oh, that XRP stuff, I've heard things about that. That's a scam or that ain't going to work or it's going to zero and all this stuff. You can't do that to me because I've studied it. So I have a conviction about it personally. So I don't tell everybody else what to go invest in. What I tell people to do is go get education and go really do your research and really read and really look at some things to figure out what it really is that you're trying to invest your money into perhaps and really understand it and then have your own personal conviction of why you're investing in it. Then you'll feel a lot more comfortable. But I don't think you made bad investments, to be straight up with you, man. Bitcoin will still be worth more money a year and a half, 2 years from now. It's taken a big drop because cryptocurrencies are still extraordinarily volatile, but they're volatile on the way up, right? And so I believe Bitcoin is a good investment. It's like digital gold these days. So if you're going to buy real gold, that's obviously a store of wealth. If you're going to buy Bitcoin, I believe you're buying digital gold. Very similar investment. Yes, Christian, Desi was his name. So if you guys look up Desi Arnaz, he is a dark-skinned fella. So he does have darker skin than I. And Desi Arnaz, you'll usually find him wearing a nice brimmed hat. Very mature, very astute, very intelligent gentleman. Desi Arnaz, Desi Arnaz, the same name of the actor, Desi Arnaz. So if you look up Desi Arnaz, he's on YouTube and stuff like that. He's the mentor that taught me about notes. Which whey protein do I use? I use Naked Protein, Pancha. I like the Naked products because, of course, based on our health mentality and based on changing our mindset about our health, my wife and I and our family, our household doesn't eat processed stuff. We try to stay away from a lot of bad ingredients that American foods are filled with that are really poisonous to us. And so even the protein powders of today, when you're getting the chocolates, the vanillas, the strawberries and that, and you look and it's protein powder, it's supposed to be healthy for people working out and all that, and you look on the back and it's got 27 ingredients that are all completely poisonous. So we try to avoid that kind of stuff as much as possible in my household. And so I use Naked Protein, which is very healthy. and it has very minimal ingredients. How many notes did you acquire in your first year on your own? Good question. Gosh, and I wish I forgot I'm not at my office. I almost went back like this to grab something in my office, and I'm not. I'm in my garage. I was going to grab you this book that actually has all the notes I bought back in 2019 stuffed in there. But I think in 2019, let me try to think, guys, without having the real numbers. But I think I probably bought like 10 notes. I got my first year. I started in February, and from February to December of 2021, I bought like 10 notes. So I was buying like one a month. I was trying to buy one per month was my goal. Because, guys, I needed to make money up front back then. So when you buy a note, guys, we learned how we can use other people's money to buy the note. And when we use other people's money to buy the note, when we do the acquisition, we can put some money in our pocket up front, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 up front that we get when we buy the note. And then, of course, we would put that note in our portfolio, would start producing monthly cash flow. So I learned how to get money up front when you do a deal and then produce more and more monthly cash flow. So I figured if I could just keep adding these, every time I would buy one, I would make some money up front and I could pay my bills and stuff. And then also I could add passive cash flow. And eventually, guys, if you do, if you're buying one asset per month, if that's your goal, which you can do while you have a full-time job, by the way. But if you were buying one asset per month, you could figure most people would be financially free within less than 36 months. If one was to buy one note per month, most people would be completely financially free in less than 36 months. So when I saw that was the reality of it, I went, oh shit, I'll buy in and try this for sure. I don't take any steroids. Chiga said, what steroids do I take? I don't take any steroids. I'm completely natural. The only two supplements I really do take are creatine and protein powder. And I only take protein powder to supplement my protein intake for the day. So if the regular natural foods I'm going to eat throughout the day are not going to give me the proper amount of protein, then I will supplement and get extra protein either from egg whites or a protein shake. But really, it's just protein and creatine. Oh, and AG1. I take AG1. You guys know what that is. It's the green drink, and it's got a lot of vitamins and minerals in it. So it's AG1, creatine, and protein for me for as far as supplements are concerned. Definitely achievable, though, theoretically. Yeah, no, I mean, look. That's why I got into it. Passive cash flow sets people free financially. Just really get that, guys. It's not that you need to come up on $1 million, because I had a video just 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and I said, if I gave people, if someone gifted most people $2 million, just like, here you go, and they just gave people $2 million, most people have such lack of financial intelligence that they wouldn't even know what to do with the $2 million, and they would just spend it on junk. That's the facts. So it's not about someone getting a huge lump sum of money and finally going, yes, I've made it. I got $1 million. Boom, done. No, that usually won't happen for most people. But enough passive cash flow coming in monthly is what really sets you financially free, right? So we had this whole conversation about how much money do you make, right? And I had a bunch of people in my comments saying, oh, I make $3,000 a month. I make $4,000 a month. I make $5,000 a month. And this is from a 40, 50 hour a week job that people are making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, right? Really, within 36 months or less, most people at the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month income range could replace that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month income. You could replace that income that you spend 40, 50 hours a week working for that Friday paycheck. You could replace that entirely with passive cash flow in less than 36 months with hard work. Yeah, but guys, we work our asses off our whole lives never to achieve financial freedom. So why wouldn't somebody want to put in extra time and effort to really achieve financial freedom quickly? 3 to 4 years time. I mean, shit, the 3 to 4 years time goes by really fast. Remember, I started this stuff in 2019. And it feels like that was like last week. But boy, it wasn't, right? Time flies. Actually, one of the most straightforward answers I've ever heard. Thanks. I invested in Tesla because it was booming at the time. And that's the problem, guys. What Warren Buffett or other smart billionaires will tell you, the way to make money in markets is obviously to buy things when there's blood in the streets. What do they mean by that? When all the charts are red, when everything's crashing, when everything feels like crazy and everybody's running scared is the time to buy up all those types of stocks and cryptos. When everything's going up, and the charts have been green for a while now, and the thing's just climbing and everything's looking good, is when everybody starts to FOMO in, right? FOMO meaning fear of missing out. The fear of missing out on how much higher that's going to go. I mean, look at it, man. It's going. I got to get in. Well, most of the time when people are buying when things are way up and it's green, it's ready for a crash. So we always try to stay away from buying when everything's green and everybody's all happy and there's euphoria in the market. Everybody's like, woo! I hate buying things then. I like when things go like pretty much right now. If you look at the cryptocurrency market and you look at Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, these investments, they're all beat now. They're red. The fear index is at a 7%. It means that only that 93% of people are afraid to buy cryptocurrency right now. That's when you buy it. That's when you buy it. And then watch it run up. Yep. Andy's all organic and natural in his household too. Check out Vegan Monster Protein by Doyle, the Misfits. Okay, I will check that out. Vegan Monster Protein. All right, I'll take a peek at that. Thank you. Dexter, if you got a restart tomorrow with great credit and $25,000, what would you advise? I would advise taking some of the $25,000 and investing that in yourself with a really good mentor that's already been where you want to go. That's number one, guys. I didn't have the luxury of paying a couple $1,000s and being coached, guys. My mentor Desi did not have a coaching program. I had to sell my house, move my family to a different town, buy an office that was like 250, 300 square feet, like about as big as well, smaller than this garage. And I put 2 desks back to back on opposing walls in one room. And I told my mentor I was committed because he told me I needed to be committed for him to mentor me. So I did a whole bunch of shit to change my life up to do this, guys. Burnt bridges. Yes, J-Man, I'm drinking coffee right now. What's my educational background? Through college. But I dropped out of college to get into sales because I realized that most people with the college degrees that I was going to go for weren't making more money than I could make already. So when it came down to having a college education in order to get good employment, I realized that I could make more money with my sales skills in the marketplace than I could with some sort of a degree getting a salaried job. So I actually dropped out of college, decided not to go anymore. It wasn't for me, and I went into high-ticket sales back then. Do I drink coffee? Yes, I'm drinking coffee. What's your educational background? College. Side hustle was pulled in $8K so far this month. J-Man, your side hustle has pulled in $8,000 this month. That's so sweet, dude. So, your side hustle pulled in $8,000. The question now is to be able to grow your wealth intelligently, right? To start building up wealth. It's only $8,000. People say, oh, it's not a lot of money. Bullshit. It depends on what you do with that money. So how much of the $8,000 do you have to have available for your non-negotiable bills? When I say non-negotiable, it means you got to pay your payment to where you live. You got to buy your groceries. You got to do this and that. But other than that, forget the fun money. Forget the fun money and all that, right? Building wealth is not fun. If building wealth was fun and enjoyable, everybody would do it. It's hard work. It's discipline that it takes to build wealth. So you'd say, oh, my $8,000 just got spat off of my side hustle. How much of that money do you need for non-negotiables? Let's start there because you got to pay for your non-negotiables, rent, car payment, insurance, food, stuff like that, okay? Now, after that, because you're still working, still going to produce income, right? So how much of that $8,000 could we invest right now is the question. Could you use half of it for yourself and then half of it for investment, that $8,000? And Dexter, I'm sorry, if I got a restart tomorrow with great credit and $25,000, what would I advise? Back to that, right? I would advise taking, maybe that'll help. All right, guys, well, I stopped screen mirroring here. And, oh, you know what? What's going on? Oh, there you go. Okay. So I stopped screen mirroring. Maybe that'll help. It looks like some people are trying to get back on now. Maybe go out and try to get back on. All right, guys. So I don't know. Technical difficulties with YouTube. Apparently everybody's got booted out of my live. See, Dexter's obviously making comments in my comment section of this live, but can't see me. That's so jacked. You're back. Okay. All right, cool. That's so crazy. I don't know why YouTube just booted everybody out of here, boy. We were right in the middle of some great conversation. Dang it. All right, Poncho's back. Sorry, you guys. That was whack, man. I always screen mirror so that when I look back, I have this flat screen TV back there. And my flat screen TV, I screen mirror the live to it. So if I'm like facing that direction, I can see all your comments on the TV if I'm not looking right at my phone. And so I just turned off the screen mirroring and now you guys are back. Wow, that's so crazy. So anyways, guys, sorry about technical difficulties. It was nothing on my end. It was just YouTube. And I lost my train of thought because everybody was commenting, I can't see you. My wife is coming to the door saying I got kicked off your live and all that good stuff. But so I lost my train of thought, guys. You guys can keep me rapping and keep me going and let me know what we were talking about because I was just dealing with YouTube kicking you guys off for some reason. It was going too well. YouTube's like, no, you guys are having too much fun with Patrick. It's too much good conversation on a live video. Maybe we overloaded their system. I was answering your question, Dex. Oh, yes, I was. Okay, so it was about raising private capital. $8,000 doesn't get you very far in investing. $25,000 doesn't get you very far in investing. $100,000 doesn't get you very far in investing. And I'm saying this because there's different levels, right? And some people would say, what are you talking about? I'm just saying this, guys. To really scale, if somebody wants to scale a house flipping business, if somebody wants to scale to buy an apartment building, if somebody wants to scale to buy a large portfolio of notes, enough to set you financially free, this is scaling, right? Not just making one little investment. In order to scale things like that, people understand they need to learn the skill of raising private capital. Having the ability to utilize other people's money, guys, is the key. The key to expanding and growing quickly, okay? So that is my recommendation. You spend money on mentorship and understand you got to learn an asset class, whatever asset class it is that you guys want to invest in or that you want to scale. Some people want to buy a bunch of rental properties. Some people want to buy an apartment building. Some people want to buy up mortgage notes like I do. But the bottom line is you're not going to buy a very big apartment with 25 grand. You're not going to buy a bunch of notes that produce a bunch of financial freedom with 25 grand. It's a start, okay? It's a start. And to give you guys an idea, when I sold my house, I had the $78,000. I did buy a $37,000 note. I bought a $37,000 note with some of that money, which was my very first note purchase. And I bought a $37,000 mortgage note with that purchase. And I have purchased another note. So I've purchased two notes with my own money. We've purchased 78 notes with other people's money, if that gives you an idea. All right. So I'm just going to switch this up, guys, so that at least I'm doing some sort of workout, because I've been getting so involved in talking to y'all that I been missing my workouts, man. That ain't how it's going to cut it. And you know what? This may actually eventually morph into something where I just don't work out anymore if it gets popular enough, because I'd rather be giving you guys value. I can always work out. Okay. I don't have the right handle on here. So yeah, guys, that's the key. If you learn how to raise private capital, your world can open up for you. Learn how to raise private capital from other people, and you use your skills and your knowledge, and your connections to be a deal maker, to be able to push these good, profitable deals across the table. You become that person. And when you become that person that has the knowledge, the skills, the expertise, the know-how, and you're able to push deals across the board, whether it's acquiring rental properties, whether it's flipping houses, whether it's buying apartments, buying mortgage notes, whatever it may be. So everybody got back on, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe it was my screen share thing. I don't know. That was jacked. How much is the university where I mentor people? Very inexpensive. And in fact, guys, if you want to, I have a webinar that's free. If you have time to join, I'm going to do a free webinar on it where I go over a bunch of case studies and show really how note investing really works. And I do that at 12 noon Pacific time today. And I do believe down in the description of this video, there is a link for that if you want to sign up for my webinar. So I really go over it in thorough detail. I do about an hour-long webinar. I go over some case studies. I run the math, and I show people how note investing really actually works. And, of course, I go over our coaching program. It's called Note Investor University. We're open book. You guys can look us up. Note Investor University is the coaching school that I convinced my mentor to make, so that you guys understand how that went, okay? My mentor, Desi Arnaz, was implemental in changing my life for the better financially. End of story. Without being mentored by Desi, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I had to make crazy commitment that most people would not make to be mentored by him, right? Guys, I sold my house. I quit my $100,000 a year sales management position. I turned in the office keys. I told my boss I quit. I sold my house. I quit my job. I moved my family when we had a 6-month-old baby at the time, and started studying in a little office that I bought, and burnt all my bridges. So I had to make some pretty big ass commitments to do all this. What I did was I looked at Desi my mentor at one point, and I went, man, you are too intelligent and you have the ability to change too many lives financially, and you've changed my life financially and that. I said, why don't you build some sort of a coaching course where you can help the masses learn about this note investing stuff? He said, He didn't want to be into coaching. So I kind of forced him to do it. So we spent like 6 or 8 months filming all these videos and editing and refining and that. And we ended up getting into a point where now we have a really, really expansive coaching program that can get you to be a pro note investor in no time. Rather than flipping houses or stacking more doors, you can buy the paper like I do. Why is the paper so impressive? Because it's passive, guys. I collect people's mortgage payments. People tend to pay their mortgages, and I don't get a phone call from a homeowner when their toilet leaks. Only if you were the owner of the house and had a renter in there does that stuff happen to you. So Christian, hop on my webinar, man. Sign up. I got a webinar at 12 noon Pacific time today. It's free, and I do describe our coaching program and what we charge, but trust me, from the commitments I had to make to learn this to change my life, the amount of money, the investment it takes to get into our coaching program, I believe you'll be happily surprised. If you can tell by who I am and how I roll, being here on my lives with me, my partner Desi and I are making plenty of money for our families. Dynasty Trust, infinite banking, huge portfolio of mortgage notes. We're building a 32-unit and a 48-unit apartment building from the ground up in Florida. Few $1 million in profit on each of those buildings. We're doing pretty good financially without having to charge people tons of money to coach them. So we're not one of the peoples out there in the marketplace that are really making their income from selling their coaching group. It's exactly opposite. We're making our money from being operators in the real estate space, and we're doing very well at it. And so we don't charge a lot of money for our coaching. We just want to try to change people's lives. There's enough notes out there where my partner and I and our fund can't buy them all. Plenty more left for all of you. There's land out there waiting for you to buy it and build something on it. We can't buy up all the land and build all the apartments in the world. So, why wouldn't we be generous with coaching people? To help people change their mindset about finances and to learn something new and step outside their comfort zone and maybe start to make a change. Because you know what? I truly believe, guys, that the 40-40 plan, where we've all been convinced to work 40 years of our life, 40 hours a week. I think that's the scam. So if I can help people get out of that damn scam, how beautiful. Just teaching people from the kindness of my heart. Yes, I obviously don't charge people to come onto my live. And I spend 5 days a week here, guys, 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. You have me for an hour and a half. My mentor didn't do this shit. That's for sure. So you guys have the ability just to pick my brain, talk to me, ask me about investing, ask me about cash flow, ask me about how notes work, ask me anything you want to better yourself. I'm here to give you the information for free. That should tell you something about us. Now, of course, our coaching program is regimented, right? The reason why you invest into a coaching program is because somebody can go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and make sure that you don't skip a step and make sure that you learn everything as you go. That is a structured, training. It's like, go try to learn, college level economics on YouTube. It don't work. And it's the same thing. I try to go learn how to be a professional note investor on, by watching YouTube videos. It just don't work that way, guys. Yes, and I love teaching people. So remember, I came from a family of coaches. My father and my mother were coaches. Now, they were gymnastics coaches, not financial coaches, but I have coaching in my blood, guys. I have coaching and helping others in my blood. So I am willing to help you guys, whether it be physical or financial, in getting better physically or financially. I'm willing to help you guys. That's why I come here live. Of course, I have a paid coaching program if you really want to ramp shit up, but I don't sell my coaching program on here much. I just mentioned I have one. And some people don't want to do all that, guys. Some people don't want to be an operator. Some people don't want to get the skills and the connections and have to do all the work and be an entrepreneur and all that. Some people just want to invest money. And that's why I'm saying, guys, it creates a good dynamic with someone who has the time, the skills, the energy to put into being an operator. Most people don't want to do that. It's hard. Most people want path of least resistance. That's why there are plenty more investors than there are operators. The investors are always looking for a good operator. Investors are looking for a good place to put their money. Somebody they know, like, and trust that can pull shit off. They want to invest with you. They don't want to be you. They don't want to be the operator, get the education, and have to deal with all the bullshit. They just want to invest their money and chill with their family. Yes, I own XRP. It's my heaviest holding in cryptocurrency. My heaviest holding in cryptocurrency is XRP. XRP will be the bridge currency of the new financial system. So, yeah, I own a lot of it. I own more XRP than the top 5%, I think. That is my riskier, more volatile, highly speculative investment that I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and invest in that because I do believe that it will make me rich one day. I recommend buying XRP. I don't give financial advice. Really what I would recommend is to, NJ said, do you have a YouTube channel too, Mrs. Patrick Franz? Asking my wife if she has a YouTube channel. My wife doesn't do YouTube, but I don't even know which one. It's Instagram or TikTok. She'll have to tell you in here, but she's been doing really good at social media, actually. She does some great videos and stuff, and she doesn't do all the financial talk or, weightlifting stuff that I do, guys. She does a lot of more better organic content than I do. I'm not a social media master by any means. My wife's very good at it. She says she only has TikTok. So yeah, put your name in here in case anybody wants to go check you out on TikTok, babe. This is a better teaching salary, Bethany, and you get more happiness out of this teaching than you would a regular school. Yes, absolutely. TikTok and Instagram. Well, put your name of your TikTok channel in the comments, babe, so people can go check you out if you want. But, so get the conversation going, guys. I've asked you what you do for a living. We had a bunch of great people with different careers on here, of course. Ask people where they live. Of course, we have a bunch of people from all around different walks of life in here. Some locals from Southern California. Got people all the way out in Florida. What's up, Jay? Woo! Jay, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you guys. So yeah, questions. I went, guys, through a bunch of different stuff, right? I started selling high ticket when I was 19. Started selling home remodeling when I was 21. Started my own company when I was 25. I had an invention idea. And of course, we all have these crazy invention ideas, right? Where, God, that'd be a good idea. If I was able to make something like that and put it on the market, I'd get rich. Invention ideas. Well, I had one, and I'm just the crazy enough guy to go full bore with it. So my invention idea, called the Auto Finder. Yeah, dude, I raised $3.1 million back then. Manufactured the product in China, launched it at the CES show in Vegas in 2009. So I was an inventor. My invention didn't go nowhere and the company flopped. We didn't make no money, but I was an inventor. So now you know that about me. Invented my own product and launched it to the market, from a picture I drew on a sticky note one time. My teacher used to tell me I couldn't make money staring at the window, but the joke's on them. Well, let me ask you this, guys. No offense against teachers. Remember, my father was a teacher at San Diego State University. I grew up with a family of teachers and coaches, so I'm not being a wise guy. I'm not trying to dog teachers here. But teachers are certainly not picking that career because it's high-level pay. Teachers pick teaching as a career because they love teaching, not because it's high-level pay, okay? That's one thing. And most teachers in my junior college, when I was going to junior college, I had this is kind of one of the epiphanies made me quit college. When I was in junior college, the economics professor that taught economics and finances at the junior college had a shittier car than I did back then. And I was a student.
So I was looking at the financial status of these teachers, and then, of course, understanding that, as Christian said, the teacher used to say, you can't make money just staring at the window. Well, that's because teachers didn't know how to make money. So I don't take teacher salary advice on how to become wealthy, if that makes sense. But yes, the point is, you can make money staring at a window. You can make money in your sleep. You can make money when you're on vacation, not paying attention. It's called passive cash flow. You have to have assets. But teachers with such a low level of income generally don't do a lot of investing and don't own a lot of assets. They wouldn't know that. Okay? So open it up, guys. What do you got for me today? Questions on fitness or finance? Follow-ups to what we've been talking about? We've been talking a little bit about XRP. Do me this, guys. Tell me how many of you, because this is an interesting point that you guys should listen to. Did you know that only 10% of the American public owns any stocks in the stock market? I don't know if a lot of people know that. That was an interesting stat to me, right? Only 10% of people in America own any stocks in the stock market. Do you think that number increases or decreases when it comes to people who are invested in the cryptocurrency market? Yep, I picked this career for the lifestyle and the freedom, not the pay. Exactly. So we got to figure out something else to do on the side to create the real pay, to create the real payday, to create the real passive cash flow. Increases, Jay. No, it decreases. Peace out, Girl Scout. I'll check you out. I'll check you later, NJ. See you tomorrow, maybe. It decreases, right, guys? So it decreases. Only 10% of Americans have money invested in the stock market. And you think that number increases when we go to crypto? It doesn't. Most people don't even know about crypto, guys. I know that sounds crazy to some of you. Most people don't even know about crypto. Most people are like, oh yeah, that Bitcoin stuff. Oh yeah, that's just digital money, isn't it? Most people are that stupid to the cryptocurrency market, straight up. So it decreases. There are less amount of Americans invested in crypto than there are the stock market. Because it's different, right? The stock market is easy. You can go on and open up an app and do this. This self-custody thing and the danger of the cryptocurrency and the unknown and it's new and it's all is prevents a lot of the older folks from investing in crypto, but they'll sure invest with Charles Schwab into stocks, right? So here's what's even crazier. Do you know out of the small percentage of Americans that are even exposed to cryptocurrency investments at all, do you know what percentage of those invest in XRP? And Jay, it's probably because that's in your feed. This is stuff you watch, right? So you're looking at the influencers and doing pump and dumps and all this stuff. The pump and dumps and the meme coin chasing wealth, get rich quick. Of course, guys, destroys people financially. Chasing get rich quick usually turns out terribly, right? Yes, it decreases for crypto. So there's less percentage of people invested in the cryptocurrency market than there are the stock market. Only 10% of Americans are invested in the stock market. That means even less of a percentage of Americans are invested in the cryptocurrency market. Now, when you look at the people that are invested in the cryptocurrency market, you're going to find out that quite a large portion of those people have just bought Bitcoin. And they own a little bit of Bitcoin because Bitcoin's been the one, right? Most people that there's a small, like 10% of the small percentage of human beings invested in crypto, 10% of those people are invested into XRP. And then when you get into that, how many people have large holdings of XRP? Brings the numbers even smaller. And what I'm trying to tell you guys, is that right there is a wild opportunity for someone like you who maybe wants to now start studying. You said, boring. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, JK, it is boring to make money, man. Financial freedom can be boring because you're like, what the hell am I going to do with all this free time, right? People do get bored making a lot of money. Information about investments can be boring, right? Maybe somebody likes having to get up and go to their 9 to 5 because it gives them something to do all day. When you start to get financially free, it can be boring. You got to figure out what to do with your life. Does that make sense? So I agree with you. Good job, JK. It can be boring, no doubt. Building wealth is not exciting, guys. It's a slow, methodical, systematic approach is how real wealth is built, okay? And for some people, that is boring. Yeah, 0.01. So like 0.01% of Americans own any XRP, and it's going to be an implemental part of our new financial system. So I'm not saying go out and buy XRP. Yes, Jay, of course you can work on your tots when you're financially free. You got time. So I'm not saying go buy XRP, guys. I'm not saying go buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying do any of that. I'm not telling you what to go invest in. I'm saying, though, you might want to take some damn time, which it seems most of society is not willing to do anymore. People are willing to watch hours and hours per week of the next Netflix episode, but not willing to take those same hours per week and study and learn something about being wealthy. But everybody complains about not having any money, but does nothing to get some. It's weird, right? Okay. So here, I digress. Can you study? Can you study about Bitcoin? Can you study about XRP? Can you study the cryptocurrency markets? Can you study the US economy? Can you study a little bit more about the fiat currency and how it's dying? Okay? And the system is due for a change. Can you study that? Yes. ETFs for you? Fantastic. And the fact that you said that, Pancho, is great. The fact that they're coming out with ETFs. ETFs are a way that people can invest into crypto like Bitcoin and XRP and these kinds of coins without actually having to buy the actual coin and custody it themselves and do all the nerve-wracking shit. So you can invest in an ETF, and that means you can invest in a certain cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or XRP or whatever, but actually not buying and owning your own coins. You're investing into a fund that owns those coins on your behalf. It could be easier. So I'm not saying go invest in Bitcoin, guys. I'm not saying go buy a bunch of XRP right now. No, I don't give financial advice. I'm saying is go study it. If you study it, then you can create your own true convictions about it. And if you have your own true convictions about it, no one can fudge you sideways by whatever they think or what they say. That's kind of where I'm at. I've turned my drive time into learning and growing my financial knowledge and literacy. Yes. There you go. Better use of your time than listening to the same old shit music when you can turn on something and while you're driving, learn. Oh, damn. Whew, this is getting hard. Oh. Okay. Oh, it feels good. It's getting pumped now. Getting a little pumped now. Starting to feel good. The blood's flowing. We're going to open the door. Well, let's take you guys out here. Let's take you guys out here for a second. It's such a beautiful day in San Diego. For all of those of you in Seattle and whatnot, where it's cloudy and rainy and that, I apologize. But you guys want to see my cool little pond, we call it? There's the pond. Cool little swimming pool with some little waterfall features in it and stuff like that. The reason I like it is because it's not a big pool. And it doesn't take a bunch of maintenance, but I just want to show you this real quick. Hopefully we don't get cut off here. Still got you guys on? Sweet. Walking outside. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just gorgeous out here today. It's a cool little mountain over here. Sometimes the fog hangs low in this valley and the little mountain peaks up above the fog here early in the mornings. But I live in this beautiful, backed up this beautiful canyon. And it's nature preserve, so they can never build houses down in here. And goes all the way out, super far to the mountains. Anyways, that's just a little mini tour of the backyard. And summertime, of course, that pool gets a lot of use. But I just love looking at that view out there sometimes and counting my blessings. God is good. And it's just such a beautiful sight out there. San Diego's a beautiful place. Have you guys ever been to San Diego? Some of you are here. I noticed I had some comments in the chat from some folks that were kind of local to me. But if you're not local, have you ever been out here to San Diego? And if you haven't been out to San Diego, man, you got to get out to San Diego, California. It's really great out here. Weather's always perfect. We got the beaches. Where's the grass? Yeah, Christian, exactly. The grass is in my front yard. I have a... That's so funny. Yeah, we don't have no grass in our backyard. It's all filled up with swimming pool. Grass is in the front yard, and we also have this huge courtyard in the front of the house. It's kind of interesting. You have a news cam? What's a news cam? I don't have a news cam. I don't have a news cam. Let's see if I can do some of these. What's a news cam? What do you mean? I love San Diego. Awesome weather. Hell yeah, Poncho. Awesome weather. We're low 80s this week, all week. Low 80s and sunny, man. I went and played some golf yesterday afternoon. Left the office a little early. Got out and played some golf. Beautiful weather. Good times. Yes, God is good. Always. Fox 5 has news cams. You mean I should put a news cam out in the backyard? I was just in Compton a few weeks ago. Oh, right on. Right on, Christian. Out in Compton, California. There's a few good rap songs about Compton, aren't there? Ooh. What were you doing in Compton? Ooh. What was going on in Compton? Yeah, Straight Outta Compton. That was a good movie. Straight Outta Compton was a good movie. I gotta open this garage door too. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Whew. So this is the grass, homie. Out here in the old front yard, courtyard, I'll show you. Since you guys are getting to know me a little bit better. That is our beautiful grass, and we have this insane amount of landscaping. We have these big ass palm trees and stuff in the front, and this is this cool little courtyard. Little like garden over here, and it's just this big beautiful courtyard in the front of the house. This wide open area, so my kids are always playing out here, riding their bikes, drawing chalk things and that. And then you got our nice little grassy area out here in the front yard, coming into, of course, you know, the dungeon where you guys know me so well from. And maybe I'll do a tour of the inside of the crib someday. Maybe we'll do like a little MTV Cribs thing to show you guys how we roll. But it's a nice house for San Diego standards. Nice view, nice swimming pool, spacious enough for my little family, safe neighborhood for my kids, wonderful Christian private school down the street where my children go to school because my children won't see public schools the way they're going. I worked in Compton, putting train crossings in for the public. Oh, sweet. Delivering pipe in Compton to be shipped to Hawaii. Oh, interesting. He was an extra for the... What did you say? What does Dexter say? He was an extra for the new movie. Ha ha ha. Legendary song. Hotel California. Yes. All right. So yeah, guys. I think what I'm going to do is just get back to my workout here and finish this off, of course, with you guys. It's been such a good call today, getting to know a little bit more about you guys. Matt, thanks for my fantastic beard, man. That's just a part of being Italian. You love the sea breeze in the AM in San Diego. Absolutely. Even though I live a little far from the beach, probably, I don't know, 15 miles or so, 15 or 20 miles, I guess, from the beach. We still, through that canyon, get a nice breeze. It's a wonderful thing. So, you guys want to see my wife? She's like, no. Here's my wife. Say hi, babe.
Hi. I've been watching you guys too. So.
She just took the daughter to school, but that's my beautiful wife right there. Another reason I count my blessings. If you guys get you a beautiful, understanding, kind, precious wife like I have, boy, your life will be a lot better. Let me tell you, a good woman is a really good thing for a good man to have. Oh yeah, if you want to come to my webinar, that'd be cool. So Christian's going to come on the webinar. Yes, she is gorgeous. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. And as due to her beauty, so are both of my daughters. Both of my daughters are extraordinarily beautiful little girls. So I got lucky there. But we make our own luck, right, boys? But yeah, I do have the webinar, guys. So I know a lot of you folks have been interested in note investing. Like, what do I do? What is this note investing he's talking about? How do you buy someone's mortgage? What do the numbers look like? All that good stuff. So I'm doing a free webinar today at 12 noon Pacific time. So in about 3 hours and 45 minutes. So in about 3 hours and 45 minutes, I'm gonna do a free webinar. You can go sign up for the free webinar right down in the description of my video here. So in the description of my video, you'll find a link to sign up for the webinar. Oh man. And it's free, and I'm just gonna show everybody what I do with notes. What a note investment looks like, the numbers, the return potential, the cash flow, the pitfalls, the risks, what we look out for, and those kinds of things. And I'm gonna break down how note investing works and what it is that I do to build my wealth. I'm gonna show you guys. 12 noon Pacific time, right down there in the description of this video, and I'll get you guys juiced up on it, man. Everybody deserves to change their life financially. I'm not able to go out there and buy all the notes that are on the market. There's plenty of room for you. If you want to change your life financially, if you want to get more physically fit, guys, if you saw my before picture, and I'm not saying I look like some buff influencer, trust me, I'm not trying to show off or anything like that. I'm just proud of the way I look now compared to how I looked 2 years ago. So if you really want to make a change to your physique, you want to make a change to your health and your energy, I can certainly be a support system and help you do that. It's all possible. Also, if you want to achieve financial freedom, guys, you want to learn how to raise other people's money, be an operator, learn how to do these projects, whether it be notes or something like that, I want to be able to help you. I want to help you. There's room for you, okay? For you to get rich, somebody else does not have to lose. I don't have to lose for other people to get rich. We can all win together, okay? So I have a webinar, and it'll be at 12 o'clock Pacific time, so it's about in 3 hours and 45 minutes. Obviously, I'll be in my nice office. I'll have a shirt on, and I'll look a lot more professional than this. You guys kind of get me at my worst at 6:30 in the morning right here in my garage gym. But I like it because you guys are the ones that get the raw me, unscripted, no PowerPoint presentation, and everything's off the cuff here in the morning. So that's why I love bantering back and forth with you guys. I thank you guys all for your participation today. So awesome for me to know where you guys are all watching from, what y'all are doing for a living, how your life is going. It's really wonderful for us to understand each other intimately so that I'm not just some talking head guru guy who's impersonal and trying to sell programs. Okay, guys? So do we sell a program? Yes. Is it a way easier way for you to become financially free than what I had to go through? Yes. So we make it easy on people to change your life financially. We have an investment fund where people who don't want to be an operator, people who don't want to learn all this shit and go out there into the world and be the deal maker, some people just want to invest their money. Well, since we buy up these mortgage notes and we build apartments in Florida, we're a pretty good fund for people to invest with if they just want to be passive, right? So I'm trying to create opportunity for everybody. I come here live in the mornings, Monday through Friday, for an hour and a half and answer any question anybody has about anything absolutely for free, okay? So we got free training. You can ask me anything and I'll help you and I'll tell you for free. We have a regimented program where we teach people how to be a professional note investor in fast time. And we have an investment fund for people that just want to invest their money passively and don't want to learn all this stuff, right? So I just provide opportunity for people, okay? And of course, guys, I don't sell a program. I'm not a financial influencer. I'm not, I'm not going to start selling my own protein powders and all that shit. That's not why I'm doing this kind of a video. But I also want to be there, guys, for support and for motivation for you guys just to get in the best shape you can be in right now, from no matter what age you're at, where you're starting from health-wise, no matter what your weight is or what your health problems are. If you want to switch it up, right? I don't sell programs. I don't do that, but I want to help you personally, individually, for free. I just want to make sure people can be healthy, guys. There's this epidemic of overweight, epidemic of unhealthy, epidemic of cancers, epidemic of sickness, epidemic. We could purposely change that, guys, where you just don't quite get sick anymore. Flu season goes right by and everybody else is sick, but you don't get sick, right? What's the minimum to invest in my fund? $25,000. $25,000 is our minimum investment for somebody to participate. To get into our fund. Right now we're doing the last mile, guys, so it's kind of cool. The last mile is we're finishing the last 25% of the 32-unit apartment build. So the land was bought, the land was graded, it was permitted, it was entitled. We poured the foundation, built the infrastructure, built the building, put the roof on top, did the interior framing. So this 32-unit building is almost done. I'm 50 years old and having trouble getting past 20-inch arms. I'm not exactly sure. I have no idea. I haven't measured my arms, guys. Interestingly enough, I'm not cognizantly worried about the actual measurement of the diameter of my arm. Doesn't matter to me whatsoever. Doesn't matter. I'm new. What's up? Forever Young? Let's go. You're new. I'm here 6:30 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. I answer questions about fitness and finance. I do it absolutely free so that people can come to me and get advice without having to pay for coaching, okay? I know people have this weird thing about, it's a scam. I'm not paying somebody for coaching. Fine. I'll teach you for free. But you're only going to get me here amongst a whole bunch of other people, grab a little bit of my attention. I'll be able to answer some questions minimally, and I'm working out half the time. So if you really want to get coached, then I suggest investing in yourself and joining our coaching program and getting to it. But not sure what type of channel is this. It's physical and financial fitness. That's what it is, Forever Young. So I come on here to help people with their physical fitness and their financial fitness. So if somebody wants to get healthier and physically more fit, or if they want to get financially more fit, financially more free, that's what I do. I help people do that. So you're welcome to come on. I have a whole bunch of replays. You can catch up on some of my content, Forever Young. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all that good stuff so that, if you want to be a part of this, we're going to help each other grow physically and financially. That's the only reason I'm doing this. And it's not really for me, guys. As you can see, I'm doing a pretty fair job changing my physicalities, changing my health. I quit drinking. Hard to do. I quit drinking. I eat better, clean water, better sleep, working out 5 days a week, committed and all that. None of that's easy to do. It's all hard to do. So I know people need support. So I'm just here to help people support them on their fitness journey. And the other thing is, guys, I believe we all deserve financial freedom. Anything else besides financial freedom is financial slavery. So we've all been financially enslaved. That's why I do this, to try to help people understand they can break away from the financial slavery if they really try, okay? You can get yourself to become financially free, and you can certainly help your family, if you have kids and those kinds of things, live a much better life than most of us did, okay? So that's why I'm on here, guys. It's organic, it's live. You guys get me right here, me and you personally. I know it's digitally, but me and you personally digitally here. And we always can have a conversation each morning, and I can try to help teach you anything that you're curious about for free. So you get it, guys? I'm not trying to get rich off of coaching people. I'm trying to help people that really want the coaching, okay? But other than that, I'm here to help you for free. And even my calendar link is down there. Everybody knows this. Down in the description, you can get on the phone with me personally. My calendar link's down there, and you can book a 15-minute appointment and pick my brain, just me and you. All right, guys? So I'm here to help. I'm here to motivate, and here to spread some positivity and get people to understand that you have a choice. And you have a choice with your physical body and your health, and you have a choice with your finances. It's your choice. And you have the choice to be as physically fit as you can possibly become. And you can do that. And you can also be as financially fit as you can possibly become. It's all a game, guys. We got one life to live. We're all headed to the same destination, which is death, okay? And soon enough, this whole thing's over. So what are we afraid of, guys? Let's live life to the max. Let's be as healthy and as fit as we possibly can. Let's be energetic. Let's live life to the fullest, and let's try to break out of this financial slavery bullshit. Let's try to get financially free so that we can spend time with our kids. We can spend time with our grandkids. We can do the things we love to do, and we don't have to be a slave to a Friday paycheck. So you guys get, that's my vibe. Most of you who know me know exactly that's how I am. I don't change my shit. I am what I am, and I can't say is no more. Would I need to come and live in a hotel for the next 8 months? That was the reason my mentor was willing to mentor me, because I did that, okay? So thankfully, guys, no, you don't have to move to San Diego, sell your house, put your life up at risk, quit your job, turn in your keys, tell your boss, see you later. You don't got to do any of that shit like I did to get into this. We've made it far easier, and I'll be explaining how we help people on the webinar today at 12 o'clock Pacific time. So, Uncle Patrick, what are you bluffing? Bluffing? I'm not sure. But I am trying to tell you that I do have a webinar today at 12 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to come, links down here in the description of the video, guys. And I appreciate you all. Hopefully I'm helping you in some way or another. Otherwise, this is all pointless. So if I'm helping you and motivating you in some way or another, either physically or financially, it's what it's about. I appreciate you all. And I'll be right back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. See you then.